what I want to do today is I want to show you something that I hope will give you motivation and inspiration if you've been feeling like you're not seeing the progress that you want to see in your business. And maybe you've even been considering giving up because of it. I want to show you something that I feel like a lot of entrepreneurs probably wouldn't be very vulnerable about. So the first thing is I have this document where I write all of the different times I change our messaging. So typically it'll look like this. And whenever I come up with something new, I'll enter the date, put it again, and then I block it out. But I realized that when I turn it on dark mode, I can actually see everything. So you can see November 20th, 2023. It is now December 2nd, 2024. I've been working on this for over a year. This is not just, hey, I changed this 2 or 3 times. Like, look at this. You can see I've been working on this for some time. First thing that I wrote in here was I help people seeking a life of freedom and purpose chase their big dreams regardless of their current situation by having extreme faith. Then let's go down to like January, right? Like a month later. I help entrepreneurs. So now I'm focused on entrepreneurs push through hard times when building an online business by having extreme faith. So a month later, switch to entrepreneurs pushing through hard times, focusing on extreme faith still. We go to February, a month after that, and I was helping Christian entrepreneurs overcome hard times and challenges while building their online business. And you can just see there's a whole bunch of different versions that I've had for this. So over the past year, there's been so many times where I was doubting what we were doing and wondering, is this it? Is that it? Does this actually work? Does this make sense? There's so many times where I was frustrated, punching a pillow, yelling, and like, man, I know that I'm sitting on gold. I know what I'm talking about. I know I can help a lot of people, but I just don't know how to articulate it. And if I would have gave up during any period of this time, I never would have figured it out. I just had to believe one day I'm going to figure it out. One day I'm going to figure it out. One day I'm going to figure it out. I don't care how long it takes. The next thing that I want to show you is my journal that I have. So what I've been doing is I've been documenting my journey inside of here, inside of GoodNotes. And what I did is I bookmarked all of the screenshots of our site. So I want to show you this as well, just to show you, like, there's so many times where I had no idea what I was doing. It's totally different from what I'm doing now, but I just kept going, Back in, what day is this? January 23rd. So earlier this year, join a community of Christian entrepreneurs. February 5th, join a community of online Christian entrepreneurs. So that was like the main thing I was focusing on. Next, still join a community of Christian entrepreneurs, helping each other overcome fear and doubt. February 16th, join a community of Christian entrepreneurs, helping you be undeterred. March 13th, I had one that was like, join a community of Christian entrepreneurs pursuing their big crazy dreams. So this version here was on March 27th, and I was focused on overcome the challenges of achieving your big crazy dreams. The next one is get help achieving your dream of building a 6-figure online business. So at this point I was like, I need to make the dreams more specific. So it's not just any dream. It's like, hey, let me help you achieve your dream of building a 6-figure online business as a Christian entrepreneur. And then I changed it again in July to say maybe to joining Undeterred, and I'll give you the same blueprint I used to build a 6-figure online coaching business in just 6 months. So I'm using the strategy that Russell Brunson talks about, where he's like, hey, make it just straight to the point about something cool they can get for free in order for joining a program. And this is where, I started getting advice from other coaches, and it's like, you got to tell them it's about how much money you're helping them make and the results you're helping them, like they're growing their business tonight and all these. Oh my gosh, like sometimes I hate getting advice from freaking online coaches because it's always like 10x your results, double your profits, all this BS, right? Anyways, same thing, get the same blueprint I use. So this is more like, it's started to turn into like, hey, here's how to grow your business. Get my help achieving your dream of making 10K per month. So this is like, hey, I'm going to help you make 10K per month. Now, when I'm looking at this now, it's like, that's not what I'm trying to do. It's not about growing your business. There's other business coaches out there that are great for this. So next, join Undeterred and get my support growing. Again, I'm totally now focusing on growing your business Whoa, look how much I write sometimes. This is in October, so not that long ago from now. And again, it's just get my support being undeterred. So now I'm kind of like, hey, I'm going to help you be undeterred so you can achieve your dreams. So it's more about achieving your dreams. Join Undeterred and get a free t-shirt as a reminder not to. So going back to Russell Brunson strategy, tell them what you're getting. Join Undeterred, get a free t-shirt as a reminder not to give up. Become a member today and get a free t-shirt. This is terrible. Like now that I'm looking at it, it's like that doesn't really give you any idea of what it is. And now I can see like, of course, people don't really understand what the membership is about. They just come and it says, become a member and get a free t-shirt. They're like, wow, great. You know what I mean? And then I think I just was like, oh, I need to make it more specific. Get a black undeterred t-shirt for free. All right, so this is in November 21st. So not that long ago from today. Today's December 2nd. The headline is join Undeterred and get a free t-shirt as a reminder not to give up when you face challenges as an entrepreneur. November 23rd, join Undeterred and get a free t-shirt as a reminder to keep pushing when you face challenges. So I was like, it's not just about not giving up, because then you could just stay where you're at and not give up. It's more about continuing to like keep pushing. So this is November 30th. So get help overcoming the different challenges and setbacks you face as an entrepreneur. And then where I'm at today is, let's go look at what the site looks like today live. I'll actually show you. Here's exactly what it looks like. So this is what the site looks like now. Overcome your fears and doubts as an entrepreneur. You go to the site, you can easily see what is this about. It's about overcoming your fears and doubts as an entrepreneur. When you join, you get a free t-shirt as a reminder to be undeterred. And then we have what's included with your membership, all these different types of things. I added some testimonials, a recap of what's included, but I feel like this headline makes a lot more sense than all of the other ones that I had before. But back in January, February, March, April, May, what's that? That's like a Wyclef Jean song that goes like that. January, February, March, April, May. If you don't, y'all don't know about that. Anyways, if I would have gave up during those times when I was like doubting myself if this worked, and I was like, man, people aren't signing up, people aren't clicking the links, it's too hard to figure out, you know, what I'm actually trying to say, how to articulate it, I would have never got to where I'm at today. This is a year in the making and it's still not perfect. This isn't just like change your headline 2 or 3 times, work on it for 30 days, 60 days. This is over a year in the making. I see a lot of entrepreneurs trying something one time, doubting the results that they're getting and being like, you know what? This didn't work. I'm just going to give up. And we have to be stronger than that. We have to be undeterred. We can't let that bother us or distract us from the dreams and the dreams that we want to achieve and the life that we want to live. Yo, so I just got done doing something that's been super helpful to me. So I want to show you guys this as well in case it can help you too. So since I'm daily vlogging, sometimes it can be discouraging when you look at the views and they're not as high as you want. So instead of me just doubting myself or getting down on myself for the views, what I do is once a week, I look at the videos. For example, let's take this video here and I'll come in here to that vlog. So I think that is 25, 26, 27. Let's say come in here. I'll come into the analytics. I'm looking at the analytics. I'll look at the engagement. I come down here to the audience retention and I take notes. I'm like, what could I have done better in this video? And I'll do this for every single one. And here's another thing that I actually did and that I do quite often is I come in here and I'll watch other people's videos and I'll take notes on them. Like, what are they doing that makes their videos work? That way I'm learning. Again, I don't like to be stuck in negative emotions. I want to just think of it like, how can I improve? How can I get better? So I was watching some of Casey's videos. I made notes and then I made notes for my own videos. And then what I did is I compared the two, like this is what he's doing and this is maybe like a strategy for what I can. I try my best to have my mindset is like, what can I do better? Not just like, oh my gosh, I'm a failure. This isn't working. Is it ever going to work? Am I ever going to be successful? I don't think about that. I think of where am I at now? Let me, 1, appreciate how far I've come. And then 2, what can I do better? And that takes time of analyzing yourself. Again, don't let the emotions get in the way. Just sit down every once in a while and take a look at where you're at and actually look at it from an analytical viewpoint. What do you suck at? What could you get better at? And there's no need to be emotional about it. Just look at it and say, all right, this is what I could do better. These are the things I need to improve. And then those are the things that you spend time working on, not spending time feeling bad because you're not where you want to be. Spend time working on things that are going to help you get to where you want to be. I'm just sitting here thinking, like, even with these vlogs I'm doing, I kind of have no idea really what I'm doing. But you know what's different is they're actually here. You can actually watch them. How many people do you know, maybe even yourself included, that's like, oh man, I really want to be on YouTube. This is my year to be on YouTube. I don't know why I'm talking like that, but it's like, I'm going to be on YouTube. I'm going to be consistent. I'm gonna put out videos, and they don't. It's like, oh, I want to vlog. I want to do this. I want to do that. So I'm proud of myself that it's not a I wanna, it's I am doing. And I think that's the mindset we have to have. Not a I need to. I need to don't get you anywhere in life. I'm going to, and I'm doing is what gets the things done. And I think for me, it's just I have to be willing to learn along the way. I'm just like, hey, these vlogs, I don't really necessarily know what I'm doing right now, but I'm farther along in this episode than I was when I first got started. And I'll be farther along in episode 100 than I am now, but I'm not going to get to 100 if I give up. For you, if you've been thinking about getting on YouTube, don't worry about what everyone's going to think. Getting low views, what your accent looks like, what your hair looks like, your makeup looks like, all that nonsense. Because even if I only get 25 views on a video, that's 25 more views than what I would have gotten if I would have never put out the video. And that's how most people are. They don't even have content. They're like, well, what if I don't get low views? I'm like, well, you're definitely not getting any views now because you're not putting anything out. Yo, this is kind of a random question, but if I made some bags like this and sold them, would you want one? Would you buy them? This is, somebody made me this, like handmade this, and I only use my iPad to work from, and I just put it in here. Put my keyboard, my iPad, I put my AirPods, my chargers in here, and then I can just keep this. And then when I go to the airport, this doesn't count as a bag, and it's easy to just walk around with. So I was thinking of designing some different ones, different colors, different materials, but let me know, is this something that you would actually buy and use? And if I get enough people, maybe I'll consider. Yo, if you need help getting outside of your comfort zone, a couple of things that'll help me. One is recording in public like this. Like, bro, who cares who sees you? You know what I started thinking about? Of course, people go watch LeBron James play basketball because he's doing something interesting. They're the fans. They wish they could do what he's doing, but they can't, so they go watch. Same thing with you. Most people wish they had the courage to record in public and to chase their dreams, but they don't. So when they see someone else doing it, they're like, number two, go to different places. So right now I'm gonna go try a different restaurant that I've never been to. And it's a small thing, but it just gets you outside of just doing the same things that you're already comfortable with. Like, just go to different restaurants and different places outside of your regular spots. And it's fun. You never know what you're gonna see along the way. Man, that was such a dope experience. They were extremely nice and gave me a couple of things for free to try. So that's why I say, man, like, if you're not having good experiences when you travel, it's not them, it's probably you. Like, you can't just wait for them to bring the good energy. Like, you got to be the one to bring the good energy first. Smile, be kind to people, and they usually return the favor. One thing that I've been doing though is when I go to these restaurants, I'll just take my iPad and I'll watch a French show with the French subtitles. So basically I have no idea what's going on, but I was watching some YouTube videos and they're like, that's kind of like the expectation. You just have to listen again and again and again enough times until it starts making sense. I think that really applies to business. Like, a lot of stuff that we're doing is very uncomfortable in the beginning. It's very hard. And if you have the wrong expectations, you're like, I'm doing it wrong. Like, I could be watching those videos, like I'm supposed to understand it already. But when you listen to other people that are experts on learning languages, they're like, nah, bro, that takes a long time. You just have to keep listening again and again and again. It's the same thing with business. You just, whatever it is that you kind of suck at right now, you just have to accept, like, that's just how it is. You're not failing. It's just part of the learning process. So you just have to you have to stick with it through that. And you have to you have to practice again and 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 again, and eventually it starts to click. Just got done engaging on Instagram for another 30 minutes. I did that earlier today for like 45 minutes. I really don't freaking enjoy that. It's just something that I got to do though. I know if I just stay freaking consistent with this for 2 months, if I can do this for 60 freaking days, I'm going to be glad that I did. And I just got to get to the point where I don't have to do that. There's so many things that we have to do as an entrepreneur is that if we can just do it long enough to where you don't have to do that anymore. Man, I got to share something with you guys that when I had the idea of sharing it, I was like, nah, I shouldn't do that. And then I was like, what am I afraid of? Like, why am I afraid to do this when it's something important that people need to hear? So watching some YouTube videos right now, and me living here in Morocco in a Muslim culture where Islam is so heavy, I wanted to do more research on it to learn more about it. And the more that I learn about it, the more that I learn how important it is for us to understand why we believe what we believe. So many of us believe the things that we believe because of where we grew up and our family and friends and what people have told us. But if someone asks you why, you don't really know. So I don't want to go into a huge rabbit hole in this video, but what I felt called to tell you is do your research into Jesus. If you already believe in Jesus and you already believe in the Bible, do your research as to why. Become stronger on that foundation. That way, if someone asks you why, you can explain it. And if you don't believe in Jesus, do your research as to why. Why do you believe that he didn't die for your sins? Why do you believe that maybe he didn't exist? Why do you believe that the Bible is false? Do the research. I'm not saying you're right. I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying if you're going to bet your life on it, do a little bit of research. And it's not about me being right. It's not about you being wrong. It's about how can we come together to figure out the best way to live our lives as humans together. Let's treat each other with love, peace, and understanding. And I think if we do that, we're all going to win. So I know a lot of people wouldn't give you this message, but if there is something beyond this life and we can see each other when we get there, and I go this way and you go that way, and you're looking at me like, bro, you had this information you never told me. I don't want that to happen. So I love you if you're watching this vlog. And of course, I want you to overcome fear and doubt as an entrepreneur so you can achieve your dreams. But here on earth isn't all that I believe that we have. So it's not just about fear and doubt here. It's how can we get to what's on the other side together too. So do your research. Thank you for tuning in, and see you on the next one.